Scenes from Geistopia. The Day After. Part 5. I won't make the... Oh, it's not on. Part 5. So, before I tell my story, see, always 1,000 thoughts. I never commented that since I got the tire done on Artemis this morning, like I could totally feel the difference on the way home. Holy crap. It was, here. Let me turn this on so you can follow me a little bit. It was, big difference. Now I just have to get the other tires. I need 2 next. And the problem is I kind of screwed myself with the app purchase. But I just figured with all of my editing problems, that was the universe telling me it was time. So we'll see. I'll try that out. But anyway, so now let me set the stage for you so you understand better this whole dialogue. It was November 1998, and so that would mean it was no less than 6 weeks after my first quest, which was a life-changing experience. My life, come here. No, here, there you go. My life was very different. I was very different. That was one of those, the quest itself failed in plan, but was exceeding in experience. November 1998, Thanksgiving weekend. We are a month out from my death. Life was very different. I was very different. It was my death was a life-changing experience. And nobody knew anything because nobody asked. Because I was being viewed as the reckless one. I left my job, I did this trip, I came back, I didn't jump right into a regular job, I got a tarot reading job in Jim Thorpe. So I was way beyond the black sheep of the family. Way beyond. I'm not sure there's a word or phrase for what I had become. So now, I know it's Thanksgiving weekend. Keep coming. Because Mom and Boomdier had started the Christmas decorations. And I had helped with this for many years. I enjoyed all the decorating. I was actually at that point in my phase of being kind of disappointed because Big D used to, like most of my life growing up, we redecorated for every holiday. Easter had decorations, Thanksgiving, Halloween. Some of them were those waxy frickin' things you hung in your windows. There were little ornaments and whatnots all over. Christmas just happened to be the big one because, like, Big D did a music box collection, and then she started collecting Santa Clauses and all of this hoopla and whatnot. But I used to enjoy the redecorating of everything, and by this point we had stopped doing all the other holidays, and it was only Christmas. And also, everything had changed. It had become a big, serious, heavy deal. I'm pretty sure that's about when Boomdier started taking over the process, and it became this very like dictatorish kind of, this has to happen in this, and like your lives went on hold even if you weren't helping with the project. Oh, I meant to tell you, please remember that as we tell this story, it's being told from my perspective, which includes all my biases. Just to be fair. Good point in the story for that. So I stopped having anything to do with this, what I now consider to be a fiasco. I still, to this day, for as many years as they have had their system, I still think what they do is ridiculous. It still takes them forever to do it, and they almost never get done on time. It's still a stressful thing. I'm over here, and then it takes them forever to take it down. And it's too much for me. I'm a sensitive guy. So I was not participating in this. In fact, I was getting ready to go out, actually, up to Jim Thorpe to hang out with one of the other readers and her sister. Share tarot readings and just good vibes and whatnot. So I was feeling pretty good. And my godmother at Thanksgiving visits family up here in Pennsylvania. She lives in Delaware. And so she had stopped by in her travels, and she was here, and they were doing their thing, and I was getting ready to leave. And I came down, and I was in the dining room, and she says to me, "Why aren't you helping with this?" And I was just like, "'Cause I don't get into all this nonsense." Meaning the whatever it is they do now, it's just not for me. And because of my switch in path and my change in life and where I was at, and I certainly wasn't like Christian anymore, she assumed I meant Christmas, which, if you know me, is not true. I'm all about Christmas. And she laid into me, I don't know her exact words, but it was basically get over yourself and oh, you're ridiculous, and a whole lot of, because she thought I was basing it on religion and faith and belief structure, I got this whole barrage of crap. And I tried to correct her along the way. Like I can remember it took me a moment. I kind of like, because she was really like telling me how wrong I was. Right from as soon as I said that, and it took me a moment to actually realize and register that she misunderstood. And I tried to correct her, and she spoke over to me in that demeaning tone, that degrading approach, and just kept going. And I couldn't get a word in edgewise, and until I popped. And I popped. I let her have it. She laughed at me, made a mockery of me, because I had turned red in the face, like I had just hit enough. You can tell it was a moment because I still feel it. Like, Mm. And I left. I went and did my thing, and we did not speak after that. Like I say, really for years. The last time I saw her, she didn't have much to say to me. And then this time she came over. She visits mom when mom visits my grandmother. But I'm not usually or always there because I go off and do my own thing. So she came over to me and she was nice enough and wanted to know if there were any residual effects from the stroke. She said, because I don't see any, like your speech, your memory, like. I said, oh, well, my cognitive was never a thing. Mind and speech were never an issue for me. And this, yeah, it's back, but oh no, there's residual effects. It's constant every day. You just don't see it. You don't see the struggle I'm having. And I commented that I think that that is part of the issue with the girls from the trip is you don't see the problems I'm having. You can't tell how hard everything is on me. I had to go out earlier today. I did my grocery order, and my instructions are very specific to bring back here and leave at this door. I even checked today in the pin in the app. The same pin the delivery drivers see is pretty spot on. And every so often, most of them get it right. Sometimes they at the garage door, sometimes on the deck, and I don't sweat that. They tried. They at least got it back here, but sometimes they deliver and leave it on the front porch, and that means I have to walk out there and carry it all back. And that doesn't sound like much, and it's not. But the walking is strained on my leg and the carrying pulls on because I don't have the strength and the stability and the everything I had before. So that I was tired by the time I got back here. And I will tell you, as a delivery driver who follows delivery instructions, whether I like it or not, sorry, I have tried to make it as easy as possible on you, and I give a tip. If you can't follow the directions and I have to put myself through that, you don't get that tip anymore. And I don't feel bad about it because I'm a delivery driver. And if I did that, I would expect the people to be pissed enough to take the tip from me. There have been many times I thought, well, I screwed that up. I guess I can forget that tip. Nope. So, and I mean, I know forgiveness, but that hurts me, and there's a reason it's, and they take pictures, and now I can't speak for that app and their drivers, but like DoorDash very often has a sample picture. I think the phone is not lined up with right with the yeah stop with the eye for the stand. And so the eye's following me, and then I'm out of whack for the phone. That ain't it either. I'll have to fix that in a little bit because I'm getting very long here and I want to wrap it up. But now I forget what I was saying because I got distracted by that. So I guess that's all for now. So I told her, I said, so anyway, that's what it was. I was talking about the stuff. And so she asked like why they were upset. I said, well, because they said I chose homelessness over them. And she said, well, did you choose homelessness? Well, yeah, they didn't kick me out. I left. And why did you leave? Because we were fighting. She said, yes, fought all the time. I know. She said, you fought with everyone, Matt. And that's when I said, no, I don't fight with people. People fight with me. Say that again. I don't fight with people. People fight with me. She said, you fought with me. And I started to say something because, again, I didn't fight with her. She came at me. I was minding my own business. She asked me a question. I gave my legit, honest answer. I didn't fight. And she kind of stopped me and we moved on and whatever. So fine. But I stand by my statement. So to be fair in what the mayor's observation is, yes, I fight back, and I do not see that to be the same thing, even though technically, spiritually, it is. It's the same black mark, whether you're fighting or fighting back. But I don't fight with people. The morning I chose homelessness, I didn't fight. I did snap. I did snap my first statement, but there are reasons for that. But now is not the time because we're almost at 20 minutes. I'm going to stop now. Goodbye.